Hi,
How's it going?
it's good. How's it going with you?
Good, good. Good to see you again.
You too.
So, I know that you said you on your assessment you had plans to start your own company. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, it's always been a dream of mine to own my own boutique.
Okay.
It's just something I've wanted to do.
hmm And what hindered you from moving forward with that?
I was going to college because I want to be successful in in my business and get a business degree so
Okay.
I can I don't want to fail. It's a dog eat dog world out there.
hmm
But when I was in college and going to school, I ended up having a kid, getting pregnant and having a kid. And so I tried to, it's being a single mom, go to school and raise my kid, how to do what's best for my kid.
Okay. And how's the situation changed now?
My son, he just graduated high school. He's going to college.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I, thought, empty nest, I'm home alone. What to do now? My job isn't the greatest. So I figured I'd want to start pursuing wanting to own my boutique now.
Good, good. And what are your thoughts about returning to school?
I'm nervous because I'm old now. My kid's in college, so it's going to be hard going back to college with kids that are the same age as my kid.
hmm hmm Um, to help me better understand what's your overall fear of being in a classroom with students the same age as yourself?
It makes me feel that, I fear that they're gonna think she's old. Why is she here? She's not gonna understand what's going on, and the professors are gonna kind of, push me to the side because they feel that I'm not gonna catch on to what I need to catch on to, getting my degree.
Gotcha, gotcha. So it appears that you're concerned about, you know, like you said, not being successful with this return to school. How much longer do you have before you complete your degree?
I have a year.
Oh, okay.
I have a year. I'm close.
You were very close. That's not far at all. That's not far at all. Well, let me ask you this. Can you paint me a picture of how you imagine your first day back to school?
Yeah, I imagine, getting there, driving a mom car, people, you see the kids driving sports cars, and that's not me. I drive a minivan.
Mm-hmm.
And going onto campus, and everybody kind of looking at me, wondering why I'm there, because they're young and I'm old. I'm like their mother, old enough to be their mother. And I go and I get in the classroom and I sit down, and the professor, walks in and kind of looks around the class and looks at me and thinks, this one gonna have issues with, they're not gonna get it. And, trying to get through it, and you have to have partners and stuff, and, nobody's really gonna want to be my partner because I'm old, I'm not gonna fit in with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's my fear.
How do you see yourself responding to meeting your new classmates?
I feel that I'm probably gonna just shut down and just kind of stay to myself. Because I don't, I already feel that they're not gonna accept me. So, I mean, it's not like I'm there to make friends because they're younger than me. I'm not gonna go out and party with them. I'm gonna do my work.
Gotcha. Well, the great news, Tiffany, is that I had you do that energy exercise for a reason because we can always change our images to a more positive reflection. So, just like you explained that last scenario, could you show me, paint a picture of how you would wish your first day would be?
Yeah. I wish I'd get on the campus and people, passing in the hallways or passing the campus, people actually telling me, "Good morning, how are you?
Mm-hmm.
Is this your first day?" I said, "I'm new too," talking to me, walking in, the professor being friendly, people asking, we had the partners first saying, they call me, some people, if there are more people that want to, be partners with me, they want to work with me, the professor, tells me that he looks forward to seeing where I go and everything that we start doing in the school year.
So, how do your emotions change between scenario one versus scenario two?
They change. I feel like in scenario one, I was scared and nervous, and then how I want it to be is what's happy. We have a good time. It's a positive experience to want to go and finish it.
And how do you think that you could make scenario two more of a reality for you?
I guess having a more open mind about it and not automatically assuming that they're just going to be like, oh, you're old.
Right, that would probably help. The good news is that, with coping skills such as what we call refocusing, that allows us to challenge those anxious thoughts, um, and see if there's any reality in that, and then go ahead and change back to what we need to be focusing on. Do you have any prior experience with refocusing?
I do, like I had mentioned earlier, my job isn't the greatest. My boss, he's not the greatest boss, and he gets me really frustrated. And instead of being frustrated and blowing up, trying to I not let that anger get to me, and I kind of refocus and just go back to doing my job instead of, blowing up and letting it become a big deal.
That is a great example. So you feel that frustration, but you don't allow it to overpower you.
Yes.
You regain focus and you get back to the task at hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. And the good news is that people are able to change their realities by making small corrections on a daily basis. And so, what I would like to suggest is making some small corrections in maybe how you're thinking about school.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit, how do you think your experience would change if you were to, let's say, give yourself a little credit for what you've done thus far?
I think if I gave myself credit for all the time, for as much as far as I've gone already, I wouldn't have so much anxiety. I wouldn't feel so nervous about going back. It's a big fear, going back. I've already come this far. It's farther than most people get, and I feel like if I gave myself credit, for raising my kid, going to school, and still having this dream, I wouldn't be so nervous about going back.
And you're going to go upperclassmen too, right?
I am.
That's a huge deal. So if you had to create a credit list, what would that look like? What would be some things that you could write down?
Finishing school so far.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to do it.
What have you done to get enrolled in school?
I went and talked to an advisor.
Okay.
And I have registered.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm working on the financial part right now.
Okay. So those are some things that you've accomplished thus far.
Yeah.
Have you taken time to celebrate that?
I haven't.
Right.
I haven't.
Okay. So what we call the credit list is where you literally jot down a few of the things that you've done thus far. And so in those times of anxiety, you refer back to that list and celebrate what you've done.
Okay.
And you work to add more to that. Do you think a credit list would benefit you? How do you think a credit list would benefit you in this situation?
I think it would help me, because it'll remind me. I can go back and it'll remind me that how far I've gotten so far, and not to just not let the little things get to me. Go back and look and know that this has where I've gotten so far.
Mm-hmm. Great. Can you think of another suggestion that you could do in those moments where you're feeling anxious at school?
Just kind of to breathe, take some deep step back, take some deep breaths, not let it become too overwhelming.
Right. I think that's a great idea. Deep breathing is always helpful when we find ourselves racing, so to speak. So deep breathing is definitely one of those ways that you can calm yourself down. Lastly, Tiffany, I want to ask you, where have you made your goals visible? Do you have a chart of some sort that you?
I don't. I mean, I never even thought about it. Since you said that's a good idea. Having a vision board per se of the things that I need to do, want to do.
Exactly. It's always best to have something visual, because most people, we always have visions in our mind. Sometimes they're more negative than positive, but that's the part that we can be intentional about creating a positive vision for ourselves and for our future. So I would like to suggest a vision board and maybe chart your course, chart what it's going to take to get to that degree, right? So for instance, you already completed the first couple of steps. The first step is talk to an advisor. And you check that off, right? The next step was you said you
registered for the classes.
Register for classes, very good. So that's another step. You check that out. Then the next step, you said your financial aid, very good. And so you just continue to keep going on and on until you reach your goal, which is obviously
getting my own business.
There you go. And it's helpful to remember that in those stressful moments, you always remind yourself, I'm doing this for a reason.
I think with the vision board, it would be good to visually see it, check off what I haven't done and what I have done. So when I'm feeling down, I can remind myself of why I'm doing it.
And let me ask you, how do you think you going back to school may encourage your son or affect him?
I hope with me going back to school, it'll encourage him to finish school and not follow the same footsteps that I did. So it won't be as hard. He's seen the struggles. He's known what's going on. I just want him to follow his dreams and not have to struggle like I did with him if he has a family.
It's huge. Have you communicated that with him?
I haven't.
Any specific reason why?
I just feel like it's not his issue to have to worry about what's going on in my life, I don't want him to feel stressed or him to feel like I'm forcing him to go to school.
Are you forcing him to go to school?
No, I'm not forcing him to go to school. He applied on his own and he got accepted into college, so.
That's awesome. That means that he must value education as much as his mother valued it.
I try to, not push him into it, but kind of tell him that it's always better to have a degree, to do what, follow your dreams. No matter how old you get, because here I am.
Yeah. And it sounds like that wisdom could definitely help him as he journeys through his own path.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it would really be stressing him out as much as it would be maybe encouraging him to see.
Do you think it would be better if I kind of sit down and talk to him about it?
You never know. You guys could be each other's cheerleaders. How would that benefit both of you?
I think
at the same time.
Motivating each other would be good. To help finish. Seeing him do well, or him seeing me do well, would encourage us to continue going and to continue to finish.
And you mentioned earlier concern that your classmates would be the same age as your son.
Yes.
But it sounds like you and your son have a pretty good relationship. How do you feel like your relationship with your son would benefit you having a relationship with with the students in your class?
I feel like it would help me because I kind of, I have the relationship with him, so I know kind of what's going on in this time and age. I'm not completely under a rock.
Mm-hmm.
I do know some things, and hopefully having that relationship with him will help me have a really good relationship with the people that I go to school with as well.
So you may actually be an asset to the class instead of a liability, is what you described earlier.
Yeah.
How does that change your emotions about returning back to school?
I feel more at ease. I feel that, it makes me feel happy, hoping that I can, even motivate them to stay in school too. Hopefully they'll see me and say, well, she's gone all this time and come back to finish. We can finish too.
Great. So you actually be like a motivator of some sort.
Yeah. Yeah. As you say it, yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's really good. So lastly, I just want to ask you, what do you think are a few takeaways that you can take from this session to remind yourself when you're feeling when that big day comes? Because the first day is what, a week from now.
Yeah, like a week and a half.
Okay. So, what are some things that you can take away from this session today that could help you during the time?
I think it'll help. What I can take away is, I can leave and start the vision board, and check off what I already have done, and then that'll help me, stay focused on, going back and trying to remember to stay positive and using the keys that you told me. We can change our vision. It's just, how you see it, and I feel that, once I get in and start doing it, try not to shut down, try to, stay open and, try to have a better aspect look on what I'm doing instead of, just having so much anxiety about going.
So the first day of class, and you have a question. How would you handle that?
Now I feel like I feel more confident that I can ask questions and raise my hand and ask the professor a question instead of just, having the anxiety about, oh, what if they don't? What if they're judging me? What if they're, she's old, she can't ask questions.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like overall, I mean, you were pretty nervous about pursuing your dreams, but once your son left, you kind of realized it's time to get back to business.
I realized it was my time instead of, I've done so much for him to make sure that he has a good lifestyle. It feels like my job's done with him for now. It's not as much as it was. So it's time to do what makes me happy.
And you see yourself, can you envision yourself having your own business?
I can see myself having my boutique and having people come in and shop and have things that they want, and making people feel happy and pretty.
And in the end, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel happy. It makes me feel excited to finish this journey, to have a new journey start.
And does it make school look less frightening?
It does. It makes it look, I don't feel as frightened of, I don't have all the negative thoughts of what ifs. Instead of like, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? It's going to be look at all the brighter and better things that are going to happen. And it's not as scary to realize, I can do this. I don't need to have the fear of, of them thinking, what they're thinking.
Very good, Tiffany. Well, I look forward to great things, great updates from you. I think you have a good game plan on how to handle this upcoming semester. We just want to encourage you to take time to celebrate those small milestones.
Okay.
Because they're a big deal. And, it's hard to celebrate and be anxious at the same time. So,
it is.
So once you allow yourself to pat yourself on the back, then gives you a little more motivation to keep moving forward. So let me ask you before our session ends today. Is there anything that you may have had questions about, or any concerns, or any clarity on anything?
No, I mean, I feel that I've got a lot out of this session. You made me not feel as down that I was about doing it. You helped me feel better and helped me shed light to the positive aspect of it instead of the negative aspect of it.
Well, great. I'm glad to hear that. But just remember that you were the one that did all the work, And so I'm glad that you could see that, because all of this hard work is counting, is working for your good. So keep it up. You started off and you made your mind up and you're going for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing you next time.
Yes, I look forward to it.
All right. Thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you.
All right.